Hi, my name is Angela Cox, and this class is 7th grade science. In 7th grade science, we first start with getting to know one another, some norms and expectations, and how to read, think, and write like a scientist. In Unit 1, we're going to be talking about water, the weather, and climate. And one of the things that we get to do on October 5th is go on our Chess Packs field trip. On our Chess Packs field trip, we'll be learning about the importance of our waterways in the Chesapeake Bay area. We'll be looking at some of the ecosystems that we have right here in Calvert County, and we'll be doing some water testing. It's going to be great. We get to go in canoes. It's going to be so fun. So if your child has not yet turned in their permission slip to go, please make sure that they get that in as soon as possible. In Unit 2, in the second quarter, we're going to be talking about SAV, stands for Submerged Aquatic Vegetation, and the Chesapeake Bay ecosystem. We're going to be learning about interdependent relationships in ecosystem, how all of the parts of an ecosystem work together to keep our planet healthy. We'll learn about photosynthesis and cellular respiration, how plants and animals make energy. And we're also going to talk about food chains and food webs. That again goes right into how important our ecosystems are and how important it is that all of the parts of the ecosystem work together. In Unit 3, in the third quarter, we'll be talking about cells, the different types of cells and how cells can build upon one another to make tissues and organs and all the parts of a cell. We'll look at how those cells form together into whole human body systems, and we'll talk about the growth and development of organisms. In Unit 4, we're going to be talking about genetics, the variation of different genetic traits that we might find in different plants and animals, how certain traits are inherited, and then we'll be looking at some technology that scientists use to observe animals in the wild or predict the weather or things of that nature. So all of these things come from the Calvert County Public Schools curriculum for 7th grade science. What does your child need every day? Every single day they need to bring their school-issued computer. We have some students who forget their computer. We have some students whose computers aren't charged. Things happen, we understand. However, if your child doesn't have his or her computer, it's going to be a detriment to them. So anything that we can do to make sure that your child brings his or her computer every single day would be one thing that you can do to help your child have a great experience in science. And also a notebook. Sorry about that, I jumped the gun a little bit. A place to store their handouts. Checking grades. Most questions I get from parents are about grades. So if you're looking at HAC, Home Access Center, if you see an X, that means that your child was excused from the assignment. Maybe they weren't there, maybe they were working on something else during that time, but if you see that X, it means that it's excused, they don't have to make it up. If you ever see a 0 in Home Access Center, that means that that assignment is missing and they can still make it up, right? Please tell them, make up that assignment, because if it says 0, that assignment is missing. If it's blank, that means that the teacher hasn't entered in the grade yet. That's me. That's not your child's fault. That's my fault. I didn't put the grade in. And if you see a 50%, that is the minimum score for any assignment in science class. So once you see a 50%, most likely, because your kids are so smart, they're not earning 50% on their assignments. If they got a 50%, most likely they either didn't finish it or didn't turn it in at all, and it just got really, really old. So if you see a 50% and you're like, oh, my child got a really bad grade on that, encourage them to retake it. In science class, pretty much every single assignment can be reattempted as long as it's not a district assessment. That's the district. I don't really have the power to do that. So if you ever have any questions about grades, don't hesitate to let me know. If you need to contact me for any reason, the easiest way to contact me is through email. If you don't have time to write a long email, if you want a conversation, just send me an email and say, hey, this is my phone number. Can you give me a call? And I will do so as soon as I can. If for some reason you don't have access to email, you can give the school a call, 410-535-7877, and leave a message. They will certainly give me that message, and I will give you a call as soon as I can. If you ever have any questions about your child or science, or if there's any way that I could be helpful to you, don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you so much for sharing your wonderful children with me. We have a great class, an amazing group of young scientists, and I can't wait to see all of the fun that we have this year in 7th grade science. Have a wonderful night.